Hello, this is Ramirez with Tide Rider Renaissance Fighting Arts, and today we're going to talk a little bit about foot armor, more commonly known as Sabatons. So this Sabaton is one that I use in my kit. It is from Bareena Armory. I will put a link below. I think it goes for roughly 150, I think. Once again, I'll put the link to it below. This is in stainless steel. It does have very good action as far as the rivets. It's comprised of 7 different lanes, including the toe, the front of the foot. It does come pre-drilled with the 2 holes to secure it to your, if you have traditional footwear, you should have an turn shoe, and you'd normally have 2 laces that would come through and tie it in place. One of the things I do like about Bareena versus well, I always like the price. It's always a good deal. Stainless steel on a Sabaton kind of makes sense from the fact that if anything's going to experience mud and water or anything else that's on the ground, it's your Sabatons. And I don't particularly care for the idea of having to clean rust all the time, so I like the fact that it is available in stainless steel. As I said, the lame action, the rivets are pretty good, very, very flexible. This is not a whole Sabaton. In other words, it doesn't have a back half for the shoe. It is open, and it relies on a strap and buckle system to secure it to the foot as well as those front points. If you are curious about that, here's my other Sabaton. It is connected to my historical boot. So my historical boot has a lace coming out the top, and it's kind of tied down to that. And then once again, I would just buckle it around the back of the foot. As far as sizing, they do shoe sizes, standard sizes in the US or UK. You can tell them what you need. It's a pretty close fit towards the front. As you see towards the back, it does get a little wide. This is to accommodate the fact that he is not assuming what type of footwear you are wearing. Some people might be wearing a modern boot or hiking boot. This is a fair boot from I'll think of it eventually. But if I show you with this boot, it'll still fit over it fairly well to help disguise the fact you are wearing modern shoes. On historical shoes, it'll come pretty much flush to the ground. But you'll see that it'll make the fit a little bit better if he leaves it wide. And there's the name of the company if you were curious. Son of Sandler, who's the name of the boot company. But if you're wearing modern boots, it gives you that ability to wear those as well as historical shoes. So you're not really restricted in what type of footwear, and that way if you do change up to modern or historical footwear, you can still use it. Just to show you, I'm going to go off screen for just a moment. These are my turn shoes. This is what is underneath here. And this is by Boots by Bohemond. It didn't come with these pierced through. I had to do that myself, but there's a little piece of leather in there with 2 holes. If you've seen my pointing video, it's a very similar thing where that's there to help make sure that this doesn't pull on these 2 holes and tear it. It actually has a leather backing underneath. If you do have period turn shoes, you will, want to do that if your boots don't already come with it. Because to attach Sabatons, you really need these extra straps or ties to go through your Sabatons so you can tie them to your turn shoes. As I said, overall, in comparison to some of the other prices for Sabatons, I think that this is a very good price, considering they're also stainless steel. The stainless steel, I should say, it's a mirror polish in that I can kind of see myself in it, but it's not the uber shiny, super mirror polish. So even though they will say they have a satin and a mirror finish, the mirror finish is not true mirror levels of polishing. So I think that's important to keep in mind. that these aren't going to come super shiny. That's not to say you can't polish them and make them that way. I've simply chosen not to on my kit that isn't that important. But once again, this is from Bareena Armory. I will leave a link to their website where you can get these below. And these, I believe, they're either 16 or 18 gauge. I think they may be 18. But once again, you're not taking tons of heavy foot shots. And because you have so many overlapping lanes, the 18 gauge is probably fine for what most of us are doing in harness vectin. Also, when you start getting into really, really heavy kits, you're going to need to find ways to lighten the kit itself. And having a heavier gauge is more weight on your feet in a place that you're not typically going to be hit. You might be doing this to complete your look. You might be doing it because you do get foot hits occasionally, but this isn't as important as, let's say, your helmet, your hands, your gauntlets, or your chest. So having a lighter armor in a place you're less likely to get hit only seems to make more sense. So once again, my name is Ramirez. I'm with Tidewater Renaissance Fighting Arts. I will leave a link down below if you're interested in more information about our club, and I will leave a link to these Sabatons if you're interested. All right, I'll see you in the next video.